Same people for brepa. They will not just present any ordinary candidate.
But a candidate with an
winnable candidate. Does the NPP, do they need a flag bearer or they need a president? I know so Bompa is a kid that Agyapong should be the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party, whereby they can wrestle power with the NDC and capture the votes for the New Patriotic Party. Compare more coins one would TD. I was a more Mutosoni and Nijibi said, I said the face, the road is clear.
I bet I'm
yes.
Yeah, he's part of the campaign.
Also, he said he's a strong connected person. Open it what bre especially in this Fourth Republic. If you look at the ending part of Akufo, that young man is part. What bre papa, do you know why? He gave his support to Kedi Agyapong prior to the 2024 election. Look at the internal premise of the NPP. Open Pabakwa was too courageous and bold to come out and say so more than the support of Kedi Agyapong. Sabrantian. Or no the constituency. And now ayi Bamia and Kodruya. Abai Fakabo Katsia and Bamia Katsia and say on your microphone no declaration say or the support more. Katcham said Debbie. He believes in the masses. That do Mokwato about Kwasi senior high me won't be that they are sentimental to more. Any MPP paying for have to bring military presence just to suppress and intimidate people. That analogy I don't take it. Oh, Obiko 2, Obiko 3. So it means says you have to give the person an opportunity to know. Totally disagree. It's laughable. It doesn't follow any research. It doesn't have any data. Sasano more Canada. They have not been fair to Adubuai because Adubuai in 1992 won for the internal premise and he won. JJ, my friends, JJ could form Dr. Salbimo, a whole host of people in a contest here. But Adubuai won the election. Or when if you look at the general elections, the New Patriotic Party didn't win. If JJ Kufuor was able to do it in 1992-96, whereby in 92 did then 96 would be first candidate. You can wrestle power against anyone and win election if you have the right materials and you preach the right message. Now the damn Akufo, they should go and check the performance of Akufo in the 2008 elections. If you look at Akufo the second round, he lost by just 30,000. And one of my security breaking in 2008. If you look at the New Patriotic Party ahead of the 2024 election, they didn't listen to Ghanaians. See a society, a group, intellectuals and elites, technocrats, technical people can say so we have given our support to one. Now if you look at the NPP internal primaries of Mukoya, a host of people are no more. People have a certain kind of confidence within, faith within, is the man called Kedi Agyapong.
Well, we have Franco the hater. Yes, Wakasi people per the records or true or nam forest or nam rural areas or nam urban areas or mazi anywhere. Politicians no sure more. They are calling one person say onona this time around Ghana you wojidi ewonimu. Yes, say emre bia ne leader to say omani eku bia no mu hia. And Kennedy Agyapong pe Musa Dankwa Soviet baye pe enema ekoso pe de ye hu ne yet no one touch for honorable Kennedy Agyapong ahead of NPP internal premise. And because I know say obi ohwe NPP Libya no is not calling say omo enrene internal election keke nemom the external one, that's the 2028 general election also Kennedy Agyapong na omo bonidi na another thing Franco the hater and Sebula Sisi they were shocked ebra omo the crowd as compared to 2023, Ebra almost started the Rebecca unity tour. Now the MPs are connecting. The former MMDC appointees or money connecting. I just say maybe a trouble intimidation and I can once a year juma because we MC, we DC, we Minister B, Nakas may you name it Kennedy here. Obabano Kunya ye dia move before. And also now Union Tubuga Krato. It's number for no. Esrupa so be you minim. But this time around, Obia campaign, Obia election, and I just say, course, we need and say NPP will position. And when you position be our own appointee will be and no energy say, ama delegates in Ghana will be and ya receive GD pass then we declare Kennedy obedient ministry. Yes, and indeed, we can mention of Honorable Stephen Amwastika, we can mention of a Jusu MP. Honorable, we can mention of former education, Ghana Education Service, PRO, Kwatin, and Nipa, Budia, the former finance ministry, or Manomu, they are now get connected. I just who say Kennedy ideology, Kennedy, how on boldness city, how on drink Ghana this year, how an initial who far. Now, aside Gina, the biggest problem at Ghana ye face here, employment, no. Or non so was solution to that. And I just say, will be a was or more presenting. Na grounds I fertile for the honorable Canadian Compre Japan because of a Nyema Winti. Yanyebre, na yenti Franco the hitter on it Saibula Sisi this time around. No more the campaign echipa and a Nyema Abitudam. Ama hope Kessie at the Ama NPP, hope Kessie at the Ama Canadian Compre Japan in the team. Say a Nyema a ye one touch when you run off Bianya you one touch Kennedy's raining hands down. Yanyi breni enti na chawa adwen wo comment section sa so wo share delegate wo share obi dia na beka chawa ka so won tonkwa hen wonye den chawa adwen comment section wo efama yenko inkwiti
East, that is 11 constituencies. And TM say,
I'm Kobuna East.
Akobuna East.
Okay, Miss Mo interest to Huntia.
Okay.
Neither am more interest what one say Bono region no me interest no wenchi. Bono is me interest no what tibu.
Yeah.
It's as a tibu one am papa fi.
Yeah.
Wenchi so one am me fi. Na me hwe video a me hu se bukodu wenchi the reception was overwhelming.
Yeah.
So what me kopia baby a if you look at the new patriotic party where fast we tea party ni from ba kufria that is buzia for you.
Yeah.
And now the new patriotic party that particular seat omuntimi enyi sa seat na it's a problem.
Buzia Bano and Nana, if I say,
I bet I'm
yes, yeah, he's part of the campaign.
Also, he's a strong connected person. Open pa ba ko wa bre MPP, especially in this Fourth Republic. If you look at the ending part of Akufo, that young man is part.
Yeah.
Wabre papa, do you know why?
No.
Bro, and say he gave his support to Kenya Compre Agyapong prior to the 2024 elections. Look at the internal premise of the NPP. Open Pabakwa was too courageous and bold to come out and say so more than the support of Kenya Compre Agyapong. Sabrantiano. On one constituency. And now, ayi Bamia, and Kodru ya. Abai Fakabo catch and Bamia catch and say. On your microphone, no declaration say or any support a more. No catch on the Debbie. He believes in the masses.
Yeah.
What the masses want, grassroots in the panel. And nobody wants Madia Momo. And I tell you, they told him say he's going to win the elections and they will see.
Yeah.
Me say that do amokwatu about Kwasi Senior High School. Me won't be that.
Yeah.
That they are sentimental to mo. Any MPP paying for more that time. If you look at the former Attorney General mo, Godfrey have to bring military presence. Military. Just to suppress and intimidate people.
But frankly, why would the MPP in internal contest able to side way by the external contest?
That is a problem. So mo de end mo bodam wo fie ko mo mi fam pia bonte.
When say peace no e ba je microphone e bu nkodoje e pa.
I quite different point. And I'm highly disappointed. Me de bia me come say wanchi for me to maseda. Do you know why? Quite different point. And no crave ya watena wanchi pen. Bia ne bibi fi wanchi. Na braba wo bo nyina ye takrade. I'm saying this on authority. Na braba wo bo nyina ye takrade. Albert Amiel has lived with you people, stay with you people.
I don't know Buzia Bush and fear. By Buzia na so just a stone throw from by be a quiet program.
Me say, Lasisi, open nipa bakwa a bad devially. Ghana Maritime, when NPP was in power, he was able to give a lot of people opportunity to get jobs or employment. Is this young Albert Amiel? I said, you make a no could be Lasisi, if you look at this young guy, I'm a Buzia back, me say, a group of them raho. You see how the NPP paying for went after this particular man. Nene, Amaka you could go from Pong. Could go from Pong, you buy a MPP go and they go when you. Now, I say, almost say, oh, a part show, not in the support.
The IBA, I'm fan channel, and party, what could party anybody?
Let's see, me say, that the more trouble when me say I was there. I said to myself, said this new patriotic party, or when you serious, non person, you serious. How they more treated people. How they create a certain kind of fear and tension. Oh, when she, or moving when you for the catcher, I must say. I bet I mean, in the bubble,
yeah,
in the bubble, your bush for Fabio DVL in Ghana Maritime. Some moon pesa more than a bar. Yeah, any problem. When it gets to the day of the real post, say a car to Abana. Go and look at the gap difference between Kwajof and Pong and the current MP for it. Yeah, we are going to need na MP Nasa or Hemia Mauremo, Buzia Krum. But be a Buzia fee. Now, wouldn't me grant me in this seat belongs to the new patriotic party. Lasisi. I can't try to say I could afford Mukro. Now the new patriotic party have lost the election. A serious statement too. It's a serious statement. And it tells you that it's a problem. Jamba for better so kaka. Also wait. Sram.
Baka Buzia constituency no. It should be a safe seat for the new patriotic party.
Let's see. Yes, say down kwa Buzia Dombo tradition.
Yes.
NPP first where they pride themselves. So if you look at the NPP, they came for this three cardinal principle. Mese da mo ko do wenja me re kra ho.
Na Buzia constituency are so green.
Let's see. Mese me re ho. Do you know why?
No.
They presented the wrong candidate.
Yes.
NPP form kanokre. Eba wanti constituency omo kanokre ba ko see. Awreho. Na eya. And if you look at this young man, so omo camp there, Jack wanti dey na mo da mo na. I'm telling you. Let's see.
But Franco, you share from the western north. And honorable Kedi Kwame Akumpa Agyapong. Franco, a bit more rich ideas. But Osha honorable see former oil campaign. Dr. Bowman so form. We so form. When nama Dr. Bowman message in say. And Nanado call Prensa, Kofo Comprenu, and Nanado Kofo Cross and says, when you're 39, but only 41 a yard. Yes. But you honorable Kenna or propose solution to the unemployment rate. Your core beer is or children, they saw that by generating electricity.
Yes.
Farming a bit, yes. Your bar bono, your core western north, your core half or can. So, can you give me the difference between the two?
That analogy, I don't take it. One, obi ko 2, obi ko 3. So it means says any papa akwadi kian kono. Then you have to give the person an opportunity to know. Totally disagree. One. Laughable, it doesn't follow any research, it doesn't have any data.
Okay.
I mean, me say, Sasano more Canada, they have not been fair to Dubai. If they are going by that time, the analogy, they have not been fair to Dubai. Because Dubai in 1992 won for the internal premise and he won.
Yeah.
My friends, JJ could form Dr. Selbimo, a whole host of people in a contest here, yeah. But Dubai won the elections. Or when if you look at the general elections, the new Patriotic Party didn't win.
Yeah.
Among winning. Now, if you look at 1996, prior to 1996, now 4 months to elections. And the MPP for internal election. And J.A. Kufuor won the elections. Me say, if J.A. Kufuor was able to do it in 1992-96, whereby in 92 detail, now 96 would be first, or candidate be away in the piano, you can wrestle power against anyone and win elections if you have the right materials and you print the right message.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at Adubuanya, the A. Yana say, Adubuanya in 1996. He was contested by J. Kufuor, Henry, your friend say J.H. Mensam and other people.
Dr. Selbimo,
and J. Kufuor won the election.
Yeah.
Let's understand this. If it is by this, I almost say, Anna Bamud Bamia, the pictures Bubo Babia in 1992. The new Patriotic Party, you posted the Bubo Bookroom. I do want was more visible than J. Kufuor. And I don't know him because by their analogy, understand it. It's here. Because of a political ballot paper, the NPP automatically will do posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to sell the man.
Yeah.
Or may a t-shirt, or may a caps, or may a handkerchief in this animal. Then I want to ask them, if by that analogy, why did they repeat the same candidate? Because in the face, familiar to other Ghanaians.
But even males who males who na sana ke o se kata males ya wunti ni posters ho liquid access sound.
Who they crowd and I'm say, let's even take it at your more can. Say I Dr. Mahmoud Bamian and him wo dada na I'm say. I do boy him and him wo dada. In 1992, because if you look at post now, I notice of Puna, he was part.
Yeah.
He was an NPP flag bearer and presidential candidate. Near your posters none of him now. Still the NPP people they take decisions and concrete decisions for the party. One for internal elections in Sudan decided to opt for J. Kufuor.
Yeah.
Agreed. There be no man for Dubai and can't man for say yes and for Dubai because you only problem be no.
And the posters or
the handkerchief for the California also we shall allow him to go.
Yeah.
But the NPP have to change their hand. And make sure that they went for J. Kufuor. Eventually, J. Kufuor in 1996 was able to appreciate his vote.
Or ascend it.
Thank you. Now, if you look at that analogy, if you look at another damn Kufuor, I look at them then I laugh. Another damn Kufuor, they should go and check the performance of Kufuor in the 2008 elections.
Yeah.
If you look at Kufuor the second round, he lost by just 30,000. And one of my catches security at breaking a do baby J. Kufuor, who was the president, couldn't go to time to do campaign. In 2008, you had
yeah.
Say here, you told me first round, second round, time have to make the decision. And that time, J.J. Wallace, and then the NDC in pain for the news that if you look at the number of parliamentarians, it is easy for them to capture power and they want power.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at Akufo-Addo, the 2012 election, whereby even in terms of percentage, a retrogressing, you know, amount for what you said that kind of election wasn't a free.
It was a stolen verdict, just like 92.
In amount for what you say, if you listen to the bench at that time and the ruling timing, and if you look at Obiano more the buyer, was it 5-4?
5-4.
5-4.
If Akufo-Addo litigant or so go for review,
correct.
A bit man,
yes.
A bit man 10.
But that the Akufo-Addo statement that he made. So what to because of Ghana Benya, you know, that day he won the elections to the Jubilee House.
Yeah, in 2016.
Because of be first, the target of the target is out. Or Munipa or you know, that day, that statement in the 24, said he didn't the 24 of one, but that statement that he made pushed him to the Jubilee House. Now Akufo-Addo went on 3 consecutive periods. 3 times in Okoye. Now if you look at 2016, it got to a point Ghanaians decided to give Akufo-Addo a sympathy vote.
Yeah.
Because not change my Akufo Akufo-Addo any bra wabre any the type of communication NPP for ya Akufo-Addo say mo man opportunity me cost thank you
and
Akufo-Addo won the elections for the New Patriotic Party. Now let me tell you this, in the Fourth Republic abambian what man breaking 80 da abambian you can do all the bigger projects, you can do everything, but how you conduct yourself, your demeanor and posture and attitude. And if you are not extremely careful, Ghanaians here, it depends on how you do with your issue. Now, if you look at Akufo-Addo, there was a total division in the party.
Yeah.
Alan
fashion.
Then already Akufo-Addo fashion. Now it got to a point. Alan Kwadwo Chairman have to resign from the new president. So it tells us that things were not in order for the NPP. And that time the NPP no more campaign and they were going down. No more modern campaign. As a Philip Abel, beach. No more born. No.
Go high.
The person who introduced room to room and door to door grassroots campaign was John Evans Atanas. What sound them no bop no room. And the NPP first one more campaign. I'm saying, oh, Miss yesterday or room to room here. And the ban was near we. Almost 2 abani we no. Numbers are winning about.
Yeah.
John Mama takes over. Akufo-Addo comes takes over. But if you look at the New Patriotic Party, they won the election in 2016. Why? Because the face of Akufo-Addo was familiar, and 2, he was a politician.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo, the film crab brim, and a politics. We had a bush when the politics now, you know, he was very strategic and very smart. Me say very strategic and very smart, and eventually he won the elections. Mema Kamesi Akabim. If you look at the New Patriotic Party, ahead of the 2024 elections, they didn't listen to Ghanaians. That's easy. Me say, obi a wouldn't be take emotions and sentiments out. Menti bida. See a a society, a group, intellectuals and elites, technocrats, technical people can say we have given our support to one person. Menti bida. Now, if you look at the NPP internal primaries of Mukoya, now you're a host of people are no more pray. But nipa baako people have a certain kind of confidence within, faith within. Is the man called Kenya Company called Agyapong.
Grassroots.
Oh, that's it.
Ejumforma, Taylor for Obia second Agyapong. Even lecturers, technocrats second Agyapong. Doctors second Agyapong.
Messi,
a section of the party said, yeah, hijack party.
I listened to one doctor from the Confanochi Teaching Hospital. Me tell what Kesmin TV. Also me, I don't do politics, but I have a reason why I'm talking for this particular man. Sadano na sa cancer machine motor man.
Yeah.
Now, listen to the Uti and some of our panic. Or say, Obanas doctors for Nishanes Yedim Command. We ask ourselves that this man doesn't hail from the Ashanti region. This man, and Yahanudini MP, but by Musa man for war problems, you know, he felt the pains of the ordinary Ghanaian, and when Musa Baby Yankupa Pajan did not do no, and so to me Bonipa, he did it. Now, I also listened to another lecture. I could pay more Tamale or was say, if you go to Tamale Teaching Hospital near Doom Lighter, they don't have any plan to work. Let's not forget. Open Kofu did do a Bemonia positions I can see. Majority of them are nordness. I don't want to do tribalism.
Haruna Idrisu, John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Baumia, Abruzeri, Niti Wood, Samuel Bujina.
Me say,
a whole lot.
Me say, Open Kofu did that. Ghana politics more. Nordness, you can never underestimate them. Where? John Dramani Mama, with the president. Mahmoud Bamia, the vice president. Ali Muhammad, the vice president.
Mama also the vice president.
Mama said the vice president.
And Buzeri, interior minister.
Thank you.
Niti Wood. defense.
Or the interior minister 7 years and months. Interior minister 8 years.
Yes.
Another. Go and look at portfolios. I can say they are not necessary. Or Mudi or your mama by me.
Namusora was a Ghana Sisimu.
La Sisi. Or more. Or bien what me told. A plant this year. A Tamale teaching hospital. And you see, any hospital be a Bekasi teaching hospital is a referral hospital.
Yeah.
Their cases, any cases so how they deal with it. Today be America. Me say confirm not teaching hospital. It serves about 8 regions.
Yeah.
And it's a Kennedy to me Tom machine. He's thinking about 8 regions. I'm on phone him. Lasisi. Savannah for Baha referral cases. Bono East, Bono region, Western North, part of Central,
Eastern.
So almost
region,
yes, and to almost 9 regions.
Yes.
Confirm not teaching hospital. Yes, so be banners of that machine is not a machine break here. Just will beat me that one 2 weeks. Or be or Yari Babeda hospital. No, I said no side down Bonan Tontomoweno. Are you trying to be fair?
No.
We are not being fair to the person. The man comes for a funeral, he's been invited by a friend, he get there emotionally, or some yard mama.
Yeah.
And you get them coming on board. Yeah, but I said lectures be our year friends Legon. I'm saying we are giving Ken our support. Yeah. This was the cry of the people. Yes, you are trying lawyers, you are trying technocrats for no, you are to create your own school. You are to own school. But Nipana own school only rich ideas now is able to create employment for over 8,000 people. Just what make a know. Nipana who rich ideas now have not also created any employment.
Frankly, the old come who say, and yet they be a school. You go share Quetia. The only time a candidate any more than 60%.
Yes.
I must say
votes difference between Omone and NDC was 5,252.
Yes.
In the history of the Fourth Republic, we need be a close 1,000, be 500, be 291. But I must say, or a core, a mere hairdresser was able to win the elections, not just win it, win it overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
And we do, baby, no. Ghana 4 wasn't looking at technocrats. No more theoretical people. They need pragmatic people. And the NPP was lucky to have one person in this particular portfolio.
Frankly, why would a school for or more school doctors won't go on PhD? Because I say, to Dr. Baumia on also school.
Yes.
A cinche. Yes. Near best support to Ubi a Sabi. And got the uncle school. You'll be in you.
Maybe I'm a castle back. What you say? Me, but be my broom and my brabum. Sometimes I can agree or disagree with Ken.
Yeah.
Whether he's my political father or not. Issues be happening by Yagin. I will criticize him constructively. But by be a Tibiano, can they compare when it comes to my success rate in life? Will play about 60 to 70%.
Okay.
Plus, easy. Me had more bang.
Yeah.
And a bang in a collapse. And I'm Tiffy.
Yeah.
Now, me Tiffy, you know. Can they compare quite a sets up a radio station? Now, Kedia Compre Point is able to identify the potentials in me. Tio, Kumasi, now me check here. Yes, Kumasi population, Kumasi metropolitan, 3,952,105.
Yeah.
Now they are making a projection, say, by 2027, 2028, it will go around 4.3 million people.
Yeah.
Now Kennedy is able to surpass all these 3 million people, comes to Boone East, and sees that there's a certain kind of potential in someone. After listening to this young guy, I feel and think them giving an opportunity. Last is me no me to be full plane too kind.
Yeah.
We are able to meet big men in government.
Did you not can say and yes be a Nyankopon am part of but we here ubia
you need the destiny connector. You need someone who will identify the kind of potentials in you. Whereby the potential is hidden, as Shadia say, he will unveil the potential for you.
So frankly, in this case, NPP Delegates grassroots or destiny connector.
And the Kenya compare Agyapong. Another
why?
Oh, let's see, maybe. Any. Say, ne Kenya compare Agyapong forward you may. Oh, you're a
yeah.
And you are the breadwinner of the family.
Yeah.
And to Solano Panas Kennedy to your car indirectly will tell you for car.
Yeah.
And to man and where you're not fair, say, and can boy your mind or be a armed robbery cases, what so. Ghana for you, you know one thing. Ghana, we are sitting on a time bomb and it's extremely dangerous, but we don't know. If unemployment rate is 14.7, that is it in America, 14.7. He has said 2 million Ghanaians a bit do once a day. That is it, once a day. If you have someone who is able to give you employment, and whereby the unemployment rate and burden will reduce, and you'll be about some for some who will look up for.
I said you'll be on my Jumai.
And Kedia compare kwa Japan is giving me life. Obi would me friend, oh Franco, me a big man. I belong to this particular camp. Me so abe shame Lancaster. No my catch was say, "Niente me man say prevention is better than cure." Ebi me baba be share, ni pagmen to say watch. Come na, ye did come na, je 300,000 na fatu nsuo no. Ebi that they have a pressing need. Ese bi ya de bi. Ebi me kwa jiska no chena. Franco, eso ka se no bi dabi. Me se papa Kofi Ado kama kan say Kofi. If you want to paddle yourself into politics, I'll have issues with you. I'll praise you, I'll criticize you. Where? Ghana ni bia wutim bia te asem we la sisi. Now, if you look at the new patriotic party, now baby they need no. They need someone who is very pragmatic to help them. Asa,
and baby do enya between me na me edika de me akọ.
What Brofo ti Akufo-Addo?
Debi.
O ka Brofo kwa ne ente. Akufo-Addo, o ka Brofo ye ente. Eh, no man for bom sam sra. Eh, papa what Brofo. The ending part of Akufo-Addo was abysmal. Me boa, who can jam say boa. The ending part of Akufo-Addo, it was abysmal. We don't need people who can speak fine English. We need people who can solve the ordinary Ghanaian's problem for him. The person who can do the magic and change the economy. The person who can tell Ghanaians, say, you can also do it. Remember, I listened to a certain kind of video from Kenya compared to Agyapong. So now you say, "Okay, top bottle fan bios again." Or quite not Ghana for to war more and he felt within his veins, it's what me boss uncle for.
Not Ghana for me, you more 345, and India for the 15.
Thank you. That's easy. Okohono, or she Ghana for ne tuona, nera hold your mom.
Yeah.
This man is too compassionate. That's easy. Too compassionate. Where my main cancer, but be a Ghana Edru. Now me catch us the biggest congregation in Ghana is sports betting.
Yeah.
GSM 41.7 million. For 41.7.
41%.
Yes, 0.7%.
Make you 14 point something million.
Mr. Omar Ghana one with trap bet here 14,970,000. Do you know why? They don't have any job to do. And yeah, sorry. Me no me na nyahwe wa ko Asha from akoya adwuma na waba me boa. Me makasa wa loss and amaba. And me kwa me ba no, I don't have that time or luxury to go on my phone. Say bia me kwa akotwa bet. Nipa na woni adwuma ye no. Na be kwa akotwa bet. De toso mienu. Ade we hu be adwen koso. Nyame mfa sa de we ma. Whereby there's political instability.
Yeah.
Ntokwasi wo Ghana ho. Ahoya be time. Do you know why? Majority of the youth they are not working.
Yeah.
And to pay 200 Ghana cedis share na come money to say gifa kokuma no kwa kokuno.
God empeni say e card you need to man da bia yegura asafo.
Thank you.
Because oni ajapade say me tuwe say bia mabom kiasu bia me bom pa say ma ekunsi.
Thank you.
Bo no to no ekom de no oni adwuma na ekunsi a what does it mean?
Also over that one no case no bibia so aye okay.
Yeah no.
Yes see akromfo na yifo be tutu a kan ko be dwane ja you know.
Yeah.
But if the person is working, you cannot go to the person to convince the person to enter into an illegality. Hey, NPP for so many abre on. Me say the ball is in their own court. Last season, me ask me that be am. The ball is in their own court.
But frankly, me person you connecting say. Is NPP attractive say we can present any other candidate?
The NPP party is no more attractive. It's no more attractive, and I'm going to explain to you.
Me too.
Madam Homa NPP is the 2024 general elections. The kind of president that they had in Ashanti region. There be as we come say, if you want to build your base, consolidate whereby is a stronghold for you. In the history of the Fourth Republic, NPP formed to about more power when you're 65% in Ashanti region.
Baby.
But for the first time, the NPP gets 65% in Ashanti region, and it's a recipe for disaster for them. They have to lose the elections, and they lost it. Let's see. Some people for brepa, they will not just present any ordinary candidate.
But a candidate with an
winnable candidate. Does the NPP, do they need a flag bearer or they need a president? Nancy a political party, they say. You perceive a political party to capture power. To capture power.
And yes, Sebia,
there be. Oh, are they your friends? Is this social club?
Yeah, social club.
Social club ni yeti. Any me catch us. Oh, yeah, things social club. Hey, yes, I know. Probably keep fit. Yeah, we have a quite club. Yes, but political parties are meant to capture power and rule.
Frankly, now you can't about the MPP attractive or inattractive. Nancy demonstration. How did you see it?
Oh, media. if you look at Ghana's constitution, Article 21D no, essay. Ghana need be a one who
na me ka ba attendant ni nipa o mo call
last is media me say now me catch was a party no there's a certain kind of problem within the party where madam who say MP a man for the MPP pa was a quarter by election
for to sense say e kwon sa pa for aka chom say e meeting
last is
mo say that video no
me say
akura say o mo say e meeting after o mo dey na masa you we nim dey
sada me who che me bia that I said to myself, say if the NPP is not careful, and there's even a by-election in Swami, by-election in Bantama, they will lose. I'm telling you, as NPP for now, Ghana for Bonibion, as a Ghana for the chum, if you are doing call. Oh, yeah, then I'm there NPP for no. I am for the Iomono. And you are to a point to say, as a timer, as a moody NPP for one HM, and showing.
Of course, it's a trauma for Aquaba. We say, Anna is here, Kwame Kuma second, Adana foreigner circle. Because they didn't even know why they were part of the demonstration.
Now, Mustafa Salam be the youth organizer. Kade Papa Mustafa Salam, Yawa, MPP party, so means there was one young man. I know because this young man can do the job.
Yeah, Edward,
are you hoping Pope?
Hope.
And also, I saw Alan.
Oh, Alan.
And so we didn't any time. Mustafa Salam. Why you bow me akra?
Yeah.
Any infant mro, a do baby when a man for no man committee, and I could follow some man for we are ma, and I could follow so a bro, do a deep so good papa so. And I could father say, and I did the other my yard man or buy. Tell me one legacy of Salam Mustafa. What bunching would be a Salam.
Aquatia Concotuaba. It says in the constitution,
Salam Mustafa.
One kid, Jamfu Banco.
Salam Mustafa. Wait, Salam Mustafa.
Mr. Demonstration or the trauma for Kaya for to maybe.
May I video me share?
Many are here about be Kaya for. And now Marcus is someone can't show me say, Omudo meeting. Omuko meeting, Arsenal. And I feel Omudo Muchinchini. Auntie, one of the bloggers, and we saw me say, Moba demonstration, I didn't know about demonstration. And I crab say, a day may maintain the Okano. And I say, Moba demonstration, Franco. Anna, get back, say, all my fire see a meeting. After meeting by out, or Mudi Chinchi, Ninja Dominic, who was meant to demonstrate Tiasi.
Media demonstration to a certain kind of point, I agree with them.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the numbers, but to a certain kind of point, I agree with them. If you are issue, see, I'm not happy with it. You need to Ghana.
Yeah.
But Mr. Salam Mustafa, or by your baby youth organizer, and didn't know to me your timid Mr. Penny Pabakuma. He didn't even understand the voting pattern. 65% of the register no, comprises of the youth. The NDC 4-year youth manifesto book. For the first time, I'm to say, NDC forecast, not John Dramani Mama is addressing the youth. And they invited questions. So if you look at the NDC, prior to the 2024 elections, they were having a youth manifesto. I want to ask the NPP. Salam Mustafa. Youth organizer for the NPP. He should give me only one blueprint. When man you who take, you better not fear where everyone here is on demonstration. Whereby your cardinal principle, your primary responsibility is to mobilize the youth. If you look at Enqua, free senior high school year, from 2017, ever since 2025. So I want to ask Salam Mustafa. Did he follow the voting party? He didn't know the register. Now we yet to say we told test and the BCS. And it tells you, say the NPP, they wasn't serious. Well, as I see, NPP Baby didn't do me na kamesa kabim. So munim na they lose the 2028 election. They should prepare and sign their mind for 16 years.
Franco, me pasi en share video away from Kentampo North Secretary. And
subsequently become the president. 2024 Kentampo North. Mo police station. Na nyabete. Mimi ko Babato police station. Ye catch him say assembly ma hotanko. Fulani ni beto aba na wachi akoto ama NDC. Me faka ekoho. Mi dani esaba Kentampo. Omo gada boys 100. Misi mi ko e no na te ko kita. Fulani ni ka. Fulani ba ni jina okoto say stop. Minim say for kisa everything about me. Mr. Tanko, don't do that. You have no right to vote for anybody. Stop that. Give the ballot to the flag woman to go and vote. After that was so. Hey, secretary, Hanya Kitapo, Udiabra, you have been pushed. I'm telling you. And I'm saying, Udiabra, who made them. Police for 5 engine home. They were looking on, saying, on one coming. So the party needs its own security in 2028. And the one who can provide the security. Nipa my security, I'm yet to 2028. And you'll be a say, Honorable Kennedy, Agyapong.
That is a fellow Sheikh Dauda Mohammed was say the NPP has to be strategically, or say politically unwise or politically suicide. I say party never presented a far from baby only numbers. Was say Amanu Koko Florida and UK na there. They be an making sure say candidate is coming from the party.
There be a catch or say MPP for. A political party being a city to nobody actually.
Okay.
In the plans of the NPP, they've never ever thought say be an company called the Northern CCR.
Okay.
Ni poor city to no more. John Dramani mama. But we feel
now Okobobo Franco Obama keep am.
To say Manchester for Babo Omni City. Manchester for say Morio say why. No Eche Morino I find say Guardiola the 30 say so. And even your mama or sati adie no osumafie simple because the NPP at that material moment wanted to please people who were not in the NPP but wanted to please Ghanaians and you send your matter to no and I have to take them away. Mama say or not dear. And this is for an opportunity to be the president. Na ninu aba me de ene ya. Te we no isu ye no. NPP for de be yem kwase adwuma ni nyina no mu wie a o makwa akofo nipa fofo. Ede na ba na nukransi NPP for no me ba post say minister bunsumo I started say Dabi Mahmoud Bawumia no mo de neba. One, I wanted to ask at that material moment was Mahmoud Bawumia too popular to that point to be the flag bearer presidential candidate of the NPP? And almost 30 years na Bawumia na D na Bawumia so could do baby. He was also campaigning on religious and tribal issues. And I mean me kramuni no dem buy ni sano mano I'm going to bring the northern vote ni sano mano ni na mo ka mo semina. And I'm kokoto aba. Omo to aba no ye no. What did I be account 38.1? But mo gazette ye ne de 41%. And omo to give be wie. Now, what has my Brian Champons waka?
There was it.
Brian Champon say he's a bold leader. Or a bold leader. No. Enquire some kwa to aba no consider defeat about parliamentarians the young kan ye.
Hey.
Won't he?
Because I guy no so aka say 7 or say
guy
the kind say you hear lead or say 2024 no.
Yes.
Or call polling states who joining.
Yes.
And a lot of MPP paying for the journey.
Yes.
In going into election 2028, you can the Japan where decides or you fearless.
Yes.
And this for because election 2028.
Me there be am can some way. Nipa ba kwa me penasem so me ba me penasem. But my problem with Ninkofo ni say one, they listen with emotions and sentiment.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to listen to the import of the message, but they want to attack your personality.
Yeah.
Mahmoud Bawumia can never be in the army. Mahmoud Bawumia can never be a military person. A captain, a major, is someone who takes a bullet in pains and some marshal his people so we are winning. Me say, a military person, major, captain, a marshal for they take the bullet in pains. In their pain, they will tell their people so we are winning, so we are marching forward.
So what were you expecting Bawumia to do in 2024?
Mahmoud Bawumia wasn't a politician. I'm taking you back to 2016.
Okay.
John Dramani Mama, he knew he has lost the elections. He knew. Because the figures are not urban.
Yeah.
The figures was not going to his favor. But he wanted to bring suspense.
Okay.
When he did, Emma Amavakaso, concede defeat. He knew, say, or concede defeat, you can parliamentary elections in 9 years.
NP before Beji.
Yes. So now consider defeat. You give party now one winning an opportunity to intimidate even the security. Me say, ya to abawi MPP pay mu pa. No friends who do feel member. Sa pay mu no likely to even be a president.
Yeah.
And then what did this say ya? Me pia bonten. Ena me share yi your friend say
I will win in Abanga.
The program you would in a Land Cruiser. And hey, no, so Franco. Now I'm saying, how coin. Now I want to ask him consultants to you. Ah, Franco. Or more kind of band of Tabel, cars or cause defeat, no. So, for the police for night, now, economy leading as a say, crowd there, or some Lucio Abano. Oh, I'm saying, what? I say, I, yes, no. Now, the Electoral Commission is the only certified body to say so what Lucio Abano say, Meboa.
I say, I'll come be the animal.
You need time frame. You need time frame. BSS say you 14 conduct or kind of baby. You need you allow them due diligence, ample time, cross checking. So we need no matter to say abani you know. Shall bless in the dim way because any decision that they will make can make and make Ghana.
Yeah.
And the Electoral Commission in 2016, a group by there was even certain kind of pressure to Charlotte to say,
yes.
Still not war.
Yeah.
John Mama didn't come out. John Mama Babon Tinwe, you know. No one wants to see a camp parliamentary MP before 169. I meant this 130 something, 120 something. And that was why he placed a call to Akufo-Addo, congratulating him. So do you know why?
Yeah.
Because Parliament is about government business.
Yes.
Parliament, you know, it's about government business. You don't joke with it.
And that is the second after the executive arm. No? You call the legislature. You about judicial.
Open conform stop on so politicians.
Yeah.
And it's uncle
parliamentarians. Yeah.
They can take a decision that will affect the executive.
Yeah.
And to Adebia, we be extremely careful.
That's how the loans Subano improve.
Thank you.
The bills Subano ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you.
It makes you
to your mama. And I said, don't go take a be a friend to park.
Yeah.
Channel, your offer. Instead of a shabby and no shabby actually.
For a better that's 2020.
20, yes.
That's 2020.
And so it tells you, say, at that time, your mama was able to position himself.
Yeah.
And we said there be a same Nyabotre. Mahmoud Bamia is not a politician. People around him is not also helping him. Do you know why? That time, Mahmoud Bamia, as early as 9 to 10 a.m., our bonds in Tiababa consider. Now, if you go to Babi, it is Ablekumano, Fananto Kwesi.
I will win him.
I will win. Patrick Bamahono.
Yes.
Ni
Ana ayi.
Na baba sade class 1 na win.
Ana ayi hasi. Weja
Jerry.
One can so come in.
Me say okwa oboase Easter. Na ntokwasi ho. Okwa baby to say Buno East wo baby na ntokwa ho. Buno region. A whole lot of issues. And you know, be make a certain kind of decision. Whereby you think about your selfish interest, it will affect people.
But frankly, say any MPP nye sikadie ene sebi niema bi na akodi ba bia. Dr. Berman you be a quarter party in entertaining no and man this leverage because one a good partner any matter because in the early concession no and a lot of our seats equa
matter what
can you
you see at that time Bishop Mahmoud Bamia was naive and inexperienced in politics. Sometimes you learn on the job.
But frankly, they all can admit it. Franco, there are certain name. Franco, do you know what power is? What power can do? And who naiveness, who inexperience, across the new patriotic party. Franco, when you go to opposition, coming back to capture power is very difficult. Especially when you don't have more MPs in parliament.
Matuase. And let's see. The course soon gives me an informed decision. Say the decision by the vice president, the presidential candidate of the NPP, conceding early defeat affected the NPP. Brian Ekabi says, "Yeah, you make a." I may say, this internal primary song, a bay de brutal. And let me advise you guys.
Meet you.
I dare acquire me. Then say, "Kenya compare Agyapong is not attacking personality."
Oh, that can only show.
Hey, what did I say? Keke the class. Somebody just say, "Oh me, when you see anything, I was ready."
Oh, that can mean so.
And you see anything?
Hey,
what did I just okay? There, can I some? Me say, I'm happy he's addressing issues.
Okay.
Even as we call Western North or Chom do bit me.
Yeah.
Now if you look at the last elections, primary election, every area Biokoibe was able to identify the needs and the challenges of the people and he addressed them.
Yeah.
Now I listened to his video. Oh, that's what no bunya gunasum. The Omaka when you are say, I dare me then say he should not give them attention.
Okay.
You guys should not give them attention. You guys should be able to explain issues to them. Now, have you seen that the table is standing?
Okay.
Now, a man from Omogi said, "I can be too radical. Can be to a young Piabeku, a man for us, say a man for no." Now, the table was standing. And I name also. Now, someone is doing that job for him. Ano yen ko so. Obi mom and you see Sandy Panas more can no can I say no
but Franco in the political parties here per power. Near see and can we get
a party and can crew? Mon party in the young or can people have issues with you. They'll go after you. Be do what we do, I mean, atom, but no crab back. Me say, you guys should concentrate. Me, by BMT, I also get feedbacks. Okay. People also talk to me. La sisi, say pan and by your campaign. And found a time amount for bedimo, and found in some amount for the car from home. You are able to attack the issue, forgetting about the personality. I tell you, I know some more campaign and more, you know, connected.
Yeah. People
are buying into it. You guys are selling your product to the ordinary people. The delegates should come and vote for you. The meeting now is positive.
Okay.
Nipa ba kwa me was surprise me. A campaign on me. Menya bianca be could be so can do so on so funny baby. It's my man crazy wife no. My goodness. That's easy.
How do I do?
What thing me?
Mam kissing a
Hey! See a case of being in communication. Obi kasa. Na sem na okano. O tsiraw no atsiraw asem na asem what asem na sia. Jack Ken when you papa I'm telling you. Obi to me call campaign you come man microphone come and nkasa. Because some of be kan be say no ma. Listen to wisdom. Listening to intellectual exercise from the woman. Nyen sama oka. They be ni a Christian afosi.
A Christian Agyapong.
That's easy. Me say aka one man tamia be trouble be aka de be ko bi on fa nka ho. The woman knows how to communicate. What tells na small come onya bia on koye say me azumi say me dwin say
okay.
And look at how she's even able to interact, deal with people, talk to people. Now he has more kafa ni kuno. Was any kun to me chase cars and be born bossia. It tells you about a compassionate person. La sisi
obo oni kun chase ka kan buofu.
La sisi obo was ka say itam. Ohun ni ntia so obi. So kom bossia bo. Na ni pane de mawa. Either say na yere ne car so on fam mam. And as I show him who am born say onkukuru. Majority of men take decisions based on the advice of their wife. The Bema be why ye be an ere or start year from zero and ere can hono. That you are one case was my missa me answer. And Maradona momo omukunkwam M1 pow. But look at her. How the woman kind of first was canning some, kind of first was shining some, and the kind of things she is bringing on board. Now she's also preaching the gospel of Kenya compared to Japan to Mano. The reason why I said marry too many kunu. One ne da sorry. Ne kuna dwini bi ofa bi one na efa. Ne kuna ka chen se Nyankopon ya na so weni a se no betima ya ma no. This is what I'm looking for. Now me se mo campaign mo ye die. La sisi, se pa na mo be campaign na. Enye. First na me ye doubting Thomas kakra. Na me nyimu ni. Sa de na enye easy sa. But the kind of response that I'm getting, do you know why? Because if you look at the 2023, it was extremely difficult for people to come out to say they are giving their support to Kenya compared to Japan.
And they don't listen to a Joshua MP.
Lasisi, that young guy, that was why they set him up. I feel Matthias here. Okay, Obi Oha Nyankopon de kasa ache no. Obi Oha kwen Nyankopon afa so da bo ni sika no ma obi. But a babo sembo bit mo dwuma ko peska dia ma. Obere ni Nyankopon de adom. Listen to the words of wisdom from the young guy.
Just lawyer Kabra.
Lasisi. Me say, time I can near 31.7. 37.1. Yeah. At that time, how many people were able to come out and say, "Oh, I'm support to market"? How many? Ashanti region. MPC nano me fieru.
Yeah.
Steka ne nia breko by no sro. Kwaku kwati no sro. Empayimfa wodo be bra no mu dike na chi ne no mu sro. But today the table has there. Ye ni CEO. Ye ni MP. Your friend is a ministers, this uncle for me. Debbie, you know, that me say. And look at how people are coming on board willingly. As some bakwa me tea, you come, you must me. Yes, some cause a Western North force.
Yeah, Western North.
What a craven say.
Swaman.
Oh,
that Western North, your MP about a friend, a caddy. Now,
I listen to him.
Sagan.
What's your compliment? Franco.
Sagan.
Yes.
The life at the second day Japan.
Also, can no credit.
The woman said, Swaman from 92 has been the NDC.
Yes.
Now, or you be a nepa panamo no more omobi. And I know I develop and do call say enchi hona Freddy.
Yes.
A dying shops I can see any FM station na dia. enti wɔkyɛ ama no so obia so me ne Amson te car mu sa akora ketewa bi na otwi sa car bi na retu kom wɔhwɛ car no sa ɔse Freddy Sheka ni mu
akora no
the guy is so popular na wɔse hwɛ kwan afa so bɛgye seat na said the honorable Ken ɛbɛgye asen no seat na no ɛna ne story no me say honorable Ken there they could wɔse honorable Ken o constituency me ma on you one city
ono abedie bibia ma
ono na bibia
you see now me say people who are in love with Ken Agyew connected for Agyew now look at how people are coming on board approaches
yeah
na me hu say ni abira wo kasa cheche nsem wo ho
na but Franco here NPP as a political party was a party leadership we are very careful Franco and some unim say in opposition you get $2 million from approaches at the funding NPP one was sponsored by Umia you go to a point where not sponsor candidate
in opposition
$2 million and you're promising with cocoa board power by we ya omo friend am say sorry Hackman and e kwa yem say board chair for cocoa board and Hackman say o nipa no fa ju say boy man tie srew positions ni bi ni appointment na president Kufuor edema Baumia bust and they say o kwa start say o fund Baumia the man fan ko bust ye ne ko bust ni setting abra 1.2 million
contaminated fuel
and you could see say he was in pain. And we have a lot of all these guys that they also make. Unim say they are to Georgia. Mr. Georgia agu.
And Georgia hotel say me gba munja chiwa.
Agu.
And Georgia they say o mo operate for.
Franco, could you imagine say President John Dramani Mahama in opposition? No bar no that rich condos. And not in power or bar called rich condos.
And so I know that.
People will come there, people will activate the place. Now do an MPP in opposition. Near that Georgia.
One of my press
conference be a Georgia. Ye ba power. Sabi yanko da ho krampa. Government agencies.
Yes,
hotels.
It should be mandated to go and sleep there.
Ya hwe ama Georgia.
Agu majuma machiwa agu.
Enti na MPP in opposition. Can we go to Georgia?
Dabi. Enti am say the kind of campaign you guys are doing is on the good path. Bible so hu ntokwa ko a Nyankopon onkubi mawo. Now look at how some people are assume they've taken over the fight. Our moko. Lasisi, me say, there be an catchable. You guys should not be complacent. Me, the day I major tums away ye do my ye. Any on the 31st of January 2026. About 8 p.m. Now they are declaring say Kenya Compre Agyapong is a flag bearer for the new patriotic. Until that, the bin years me convince me say Kenya Compre Agyapong is winning. Whether the grounds are good for you guys or not, Dabi, the man say, I want to see that the day me that they say you ever buy yes. Oh, now Kenya Compre Agyapong is a presidential candidate for the new patriotic party.
Okay, Abusia for me chama ho abasisi me ba me next topic you know the new patriotic